Hello, friends and fans of the Brazilian national team. Welcome to the Brazilian national football team Forever channel. Here, we are dedicated to reliving the historic and exciting moments that have marked the journey of our national selection. In today's video, we will talk about 10 legends who made history wearing the canary yellow jersey and who, unfortunately, are no longer with us. Although they have passed, their legacies remain alive in our memories and hearts, inspiring new generations of fans and players. If you are a fan of the Brazilian national team and want to stay updated on everything about both the past and present of the selection, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps us continue bringing amazing content to you. So without further ado, let's begin this exciting journey through the history of Brazil's football icons. Gilmar dos Santos Neves, commonly known simply as Gilmar, was born on August 22, 1930. He began his football career in Brazil, initially making a name for himself with Jabaquara and then moving on to bigger clubs, notably Corinthians and Santos. At Santos, he played alongside iconic figures like Pelé and Zito, becoming an integral part of the club's golden era in the 1960s. But Gilmar's name shines brightest for his achievements with the Brazilian national team. As Brazil's first-choice goalkeeper, he was a key player in two of the country's most celebrated victories. Gilmar stood tall between the posts during both the 1958 and 1962 World Cups, leading Brazil to back-to-back championships, a feat that brought international fame to the team. Known for his composure and skillful saves, he was often considered Brazil's wall, setting a high standard for goalkeeping that inspired future generations. Gilmar retired from international play in 1969 and passed away on August 25, 2013, at the age of 83. His legacy in the Brazilian national team is undeniable, as he was not only one of Brazil's finest goalkeepers but also a respected leader and a two-time World Cup champion. Geraldo Luiz Bellini, known simply as Bellini, was born on June 7, 1930. He began his football career in Brazil, initially playing for Vasco da Gama, where he quickly earned a reputation as a tough and reliable defender. Later, he continued his career with São Paulo FC, where he further cemented his legacy in Brazilian football. However, Bellini's greatest achievements came with the Brazilian national team. As captain, he led Brazil to its first World Cup victory in 1958. In a historic moment, he raised the trophy high above his head, a gesture that would become a worldwide symbol of triumph. Bellini was also part of the squad that defended the title in the 1962 World Cup. Known for his leadership, strength, and commitment, Bellini was the backbone of Brazil's defense and played a pivotal role in securing the team's dominance on the global stage. Bellini passed away on March 20, 2014, at the age of 83. His legacy lives on, not only as a defensive icon but also as the first captain to lift the World Cup trophy for Brazil, inspiring countless future champions. Thomaz Soares da Silva, widely known as Zizinho, was born on September 14, 1921. He began his football career in Brazil, playing first for Flamengo, where he quickly became one of the most talented players of his time. He also played for Bangu and São Paulo FC, leaving an indelible mark in Brazilian football history. Zizinho's journey with the Brazilian national team was exceptional. Known for his technical skills, vision, and elegance on the field, he was the star of the 1950 World Cup, where he led Brazil to the final. Despite the heartbreaking loss in the decisive game against Uruguay, Zizinho's performance in that tournament left a lasting impression. He was a forward with a unique style that inspired future Brazilian legends, including Pelé, who once named him as his greatest influence. Zizinho passed away on February 8, 2002, at the age of 80. He is remembered as one of the greatest talents in Brazilian football, a player whose skill and creativity embodied the beauty of Brazilian soccer. His influence on the national team and his legacy in Brazilian football are celebrated to this day. Carlos Alberto Torres, often known as Capitão or Captain, was born on July 17, 1944. He began his football career with Fluminense in Brazil, but he gained fame playing for Santos FC alongside Pelé. He also spent time in the United States with the New York Cosmos during the later years of his career, helping popularize soccer abroad. Carlos Alberto's legacy with the Brazilian national team is monumental. As captain of the squad in the 1970 World Cup, he led Brazil to one of its most celebrated victories. Known for his leadership and defensive prowess, his moment of glory came in the final match against Italy, when he scored one of the greatest goals in World Cup history. A powerful strike that completed Brazil's 4-1 victory, securing their third World Cup title. His leadership on and off the field exemplified the spirit of Brazilian football, and his goal became an iconic moment, representing Brazil's beautiful style of play. Carlos Alberto passed away on October 25, 2016, at the age of 72, from a heart attack. He remains one of Brazil's most revered football captains and is remembered as a true symbol of Brazilian football excellence and passion. Walder Pereira, widely known as Didi, was born on October 8, 1928. Didi started his career in Brazil with Americano and Fluminense, but he made his mark at Botafogo, where he established himself as one of the most skilled midfielders of his time. Known for his elegance, intelligence on the field, and mastery of the dry-leaf free-kick technique, Didi's talent shone brightest in his performances for the Brazilian national team. Didi played a crucial role in Brazil's World Cup victories in 1958 and 1962. As the team's playmaker, he orchestrated the midfield with remarkable precision and vision, setting up goals and maintaining the flow of the game. In the 1958 World Cup in Sweden, he was instrumental in guiding Brazil to its first World Cup victory, and he was even awarded the tournament's Best Player title for his exceptional performance. His calm leadership and skill also contributed to Brazil's second consecutive World Cup win in 1962. Didi passed away on May 12, 2001, at the age of 72, after battling cancer. His legacy endures as one of the most brilliant playmakers in Brazilian football history, remembered for his class, skill, and pivotal role in building Brazil's international football reputation. Nilton dos Santos, famously known as the Encyclopedia for his extensive knowledge of football, was born on May 16, 1925. He began his career with Botafogo, where he played his entire club career, establishing himself as one of the most skilled and versatile defenders of all time. Known for his elegance on the field and revolutionary style, Nilton Santos was one of the first defenders who frequently advanced into the attack, changing the way defenders played the game. Nilton Santos became a pillar of the Brazilian national team, representing Brazil in 4 World Cups, from 1950 to 1962. His defensive skills and tactical intelligence were essential in Brazil's World Cup victories in 1958 and 1962. One of his most memorable moments came in the 1958 World Cup, where his stunning goal against Austria demonstrated his ability to contribute offensively. His performances on the international stage were marked by his sportsmanship, skill, and leadership, setting new standards for defenders worldwide. Nilton Santos passed away on November 27, 2013, at the age of 88, due to respiratory failure. His legacy endures as one of the greatest defenders in football history, remembered for his visionary style and his invaluable contributions to the Brazilian national team's golden era. Socrates Brasileiro Sampaio de Souza Vieira de Oliveira, known simply as Socrates, was born on February 19, 1954. Known as the Doctor for his medical degree and thoughtful approach to the game, Socrates was celebrated for his elegance, intelligence, and unmatched leadership on the field. His professional career included time with clubs like Corinthians, where he became a symbol of democracy and a voice for social change in Brazilian football. Socrates is best remembered for his role with the Brazilian national team, particularly for his leadership in the legendary squad of the 1982 World Cup. Playing alongside stars like Zico, Falcao, and Junior, Socrates helped to shape a style of football that captivated the world with its creativity, flair, and tactical sophistication. His vision, precise passing, and iconic backheel moves exemplified a team that many regard as one of the greatest in football history, despite not winning the title. In the quarterfinal match against Italy, Socrates scored a brilliant goal, but Brazil ultimately fell 3-2 in one of the most memorable games in World Cup history. Socrates passed away on December 4, 2011, at the age of 57 due to septic shock. His legacy remains as one of Brazil's most influential players, symbolizing both football artistry and a commitment to social justice. Though the 1982 team did not claim the trophy, Socrates and his teammates are celebrated for embodying the beautiful game at its finest, leaving a lasting mark on world football. Mario Zagallo, known as the Old Wolf, was born on August 9, 1931. He began his football career as a player at Flamengo, where he distinguished himself as a talented forward. However, his name became synonymous with success and strategy, especially as a coach, leading the Brazilian national team to memorable victories. Zagallo's trajectory with the Brazilian national team is monumental. He was part of the squad that won the World Cup in 1958 and played a crucial role in securing the title in 1962, being regarded as one of the best players of his time. However, his greatest legacy came later when he became the first coach to win the World Cup in 1970, leading one of the most iconic teams in football history, filled with stars like Pelé, Tostao, and Jairzinho. Zagallo not only guided the team to victory, but also implemented a style of play that would become a benchmark for future generations. He was known for his ability to read the game and make tactical adjustments, as well as being a charismatic leader who inspired his players. The triumph in 1970 solidified his reputation, but Zagallo didn't stop there. He also led Brazil to victory in the 1994 World Cup as an assistant coach. Mario Zagallo passed away in 2023 at the age of 92, leaving an unmatched legacy in Brazilian and world football. He is remembered not only as one of the greatest players and coaches in Brazil's history, but also as a true symbol of passion and dedication to the sport. Garrincha, whose real name was Manuel Francisco dos Santos, was born on October 28, 1933. He began his career at Botafogo, where he quickly stood out as one of the most talented and charismatic players in Brazilian football. Known for his exceptional skill, bewildering dribbles, and unique style of play, Garrincha became a true icon of the sport. Garrincha's trajectory with the Brazilian national team is legendary. He was instrumental in the victories at the World Cups in 1958 and 1962, where his performance was simply dazzling. During the 1962 World Cup, Garrincha excelled, scoring memorable goals and providing crucial assists, helping to lead Brazil to victory and solidifying his place in football history. His ability to create plays, combined with his infectious charisma, captivated fans and admirers around the world. In addition to his on-field talent, Garrincha was a charismatic figure often involved in controversies off the pitch. His personal life was marked by challenges, but his love for football and the joy he brought to fans never diminished. He became a symbol of Brazilian popular culture and the characteristic flair of the country's football. Garrincha passed away on January 20, 1983, at the age of 49 due to health complications. His legacy endures to this day, and he is remembered as one of the greatest dribblers in football history, a true legend who exemplified the magic and passion of Brazilian football. And so we come to our last player on the list of icons who made history with the Brazilian national team and have left us, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, known worldwide as the King of Football, Pelé. He began his career at Santos FC, where he quickly stood out as a prodigy of the sport. His skill, technique, and vision of the game made him a true legend. Pelé is the only player to win 3 World Cups, securing the title in 1958, 1962, and 1970. His trajectory with the Brazilian national team is marked by unforgettable moments, like the goals that enchanted the world and the magical way he elevated football to a new level. He became a symbol not just of Brazil, but of football itself, representing the best of the sport. His presence on the field was always accompanied by a special aura, and he stood out not only for his brilliant plays but also for his humility and dedication to the game. Pelé transcended the sport, becoming a global icon who inspired generations and left behind an immortal legacy. Pelé passed away on December 29, 2022, but his essence lives on through the memories he left and the lessons he taught to all who love football. He will forever be remembered as one of the greatest players of all time, a true king who will always be part of the history of our beloved sport. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, activate the notification bell, and subscribe to the Brazilian National Football Selection forever. Here, we bring you both historical moments and the latest updates about our beloved team. See you next time.